Entering the backrooms, wanderers eventually stumble out of the initial yellow wallpaper and into what the database officially designates as the habitable zone. It is a massive, sprawling environment that resembles a hybrid between a multi-level underground parking garage and an abandoned industrial warehouse. At a glance, the physical baseline of the space suggests a stable, almost mundane reality. The concrete floors feature shallow puddles, exposed wire bundles line the ceilings, and fluorescent lights hum overhead. It mimics the recognizable decay of earthbound infrastructure. But looking at this architectural grid, you can see the first major hidden threat of the space. The geometry here is entirely non-Euclidean. The physical plane constantly folds in on itself, manipulating the actual dimensions of the hallways. Tracing a single straight path across this distorted layout reveals the practical consequence of this design. A person can walk forward for miles, never changing direction, only to emerge exactly where they started. The human mind relies on fixed distances and linear directions to navigate. Stripped of those reliable markers, walking through this garage becomes intensely disorienting, breaking down a wanderer's ability to measure their own progress. The level does occasionally generate enclosed spaces, like small offices or even furnished hotel rooms, that offer a brief respite. However, because the architecture is constantly shifting outside the doors, leaving to scavenge means permanently losing the route back. The architecture functions as a closed loop. It requires no active effort to trap a wanderer. The shifting walls ensure that once inside, they are effectively removed from any recognizable map. Deeper within this concrete labyrinth, isolated sections of the level undergo a stark environmental shift. Thick weeds and dense vines begin breaking through the floorboards and wrapping around the support pillars. To an exhausted wanderer, the sudden appearance of real plant life creates a deceptive sense of comfort. Human instinct naturally associates green vegetation with oxygen, water, and safety after miles of barren synthetic hallways. Watching these dark vines rapidly expand in this time-lapse reveals their true biological nature. Prolonged exposure to this specific flora directly attacks the nervous system, inducing acute psychological decay and sudden severe physical paralysis. Once the paralysis sets in, victims are physically compelled to lie down among the roots. Unable to move, their bodies slowly decay into the soil, acting as fresh fertilizer for the very weeds that trapped them. The environment actively weaponizes human survival instincts, turning the desperate search for natural life into a lethal, quiet trap. The only true method of survival here comes in the form of mysterious wooden crates. These boxes occasionally generate within the corridors, packed with critical gear like almond water, medical packs, thick clothing, and pocket knives. These crates are almost never found in the static, well-lit sections of the halls, where a wanderer might feel secure. They are tied to a terrifying environmental phenomenon known as a flicker event. Without warning, the electricity across the entire level will completely fail, plunging the sprawling complex into absolute pitch-black darkness. As seen with this crate sitting in total isolation, the wooden boxes almost exclusively materialize during these blackout periods. The essential resources only exist when the lights are entirely dead. This creates a remarkably tight window of opportunity. Wanderers must blindly navigate the darkness, locate the supplies by touch or faint emergency light, and pry the box open before the electricity returns and the crate glitches out of reality entirely. It forces a dire choice. A person can hunker down in the dark, remaining hidden to preserve their safety, or they can abandon their cover and stumble through the blackness to secure the water and medicine they need to avoid starvation. The level supplies just enough hope to keep victims walking forward, but demands they wager their lives in the dark to claim it. Total darkness signals the start of the hunting season for the level's indigenous predators. The most prominent of these are the dullars. They are tall, featureless humanoid entities made of a shadowy grayish-black matter that skulk exclusively in the dimmest corridors. What makes the dullars uniquely lethal is their biological composition. As you can see by this entity moving directly through the solid brick, they possess the ability to phase entirely through physical matter, allowing them to execute perfect, silent ambushes through closed doors and walls. While dullers are generally skittish and rely on the element of surprise, the darkness also attracts smilers. These entities operate with highly aggressive, relentless hunting tactics and show zero fear of human presence. They hide deep within the pitch black, their luminous, unnatural grins serving as the only visible warning sign before they launch a rapid, fatal attack. The moment the power cuts out, a wanderer immediately shifts from a scavenger into prey. Surviving the blackout to claim a wooden crate becomes a strict matter of geographic luck. Despite the spatial loops, mind-altering vegetation, and shadow predators stalking the blackouts, the official Backrooms database still classifies this environment as a mere Class 1 difficulty. Escaping this classification requires abandoning the relative safety of the static corridors. A wanderer must pick an anomalous hallway and push relentlessly forward, ignoring the shifting geography. Notice the environmental shift. The concrete walls give way to rusted metal pipes and industrial grating, the garage seamlessly morphing into an enclosed subway tunnel. Stepping into this dense, pipe-filled threshold confirms a successful extraction. You have left the garage behind and officially entered Level 2. Surviving Level 1 merely facilitates a descent into a deeper, more dangerous layer of the complex. In this dimension, any appearance of a habitable zone is a calculated deception designed to lower your guard before the environment turns against you. Level 1 may offer the illusion of safety, but whatever you do, you must never let the lights flicker. Subscribe for more Backrooms explorations.